If there were 4 socks to wear, then we would say there'd be 2 in each pair. And one of the 2 pairs we can declare equals 2/4 of all the socks there. Drawing 1/2 and 2/4 on a number line shows they can be described with an equal sign. An equal value is what they're worth, so we say 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4.
Equivalent fractions is the name for fractions whose values are the same.
Once upon a time there were 9 canaries on telephone wires sitting down in 3s. Each wire contained 1/3 of the bird, so 3 9s is equivalent to 1/3. Drawing 1/3 and 3 9s on a number line shows 1/3 equals 3 parts out of 9. Therefore equivalent is the word that describes 3 9s and 1/3.
Equivalent fractions is the name for fractions whose values are the same.
If the numerator and denominator share a common factor, then you can divide the top and bottom by the same number, on top and under, and say with satisfaction we found an equivalent fraction. And you can multiply the top and the bottom by the same number, on top and under, which is really a fraction whose value equals 1. And through this action we find an equivalent fraction.
Equivalent fractions is the name for fractions whose values are the same.
The values are the same.
Equivalent fractions is the name for fractions whose values are the same.
The values are the same. Three of us found treasure on a scuba trip, so we pulled our treasure up onto the ship. Since we were so blessed by this rarity, we decided to give half of it to charity. We took the rest and split it up 3 ways. 1/3 of the rest was still a huge payday. 1/3 from me, 1/2 for charity. So what's my share? Let's multiply and see.
When we need to multiply 2 fractions, this is our reaction. Multiply the numerators, then multiply the denominators.
My friend and I were digging for dinosaur bones. We decided to search in a rectangular zone. We split it equally between the 2 of us. The first day I found a bone from a brontosaurus. I found a few more by the end of day 2, when 3/8 of my half had been searched through. Of my half, I had explored 3/8. How much of the entire space did I excavate?
When we need to multiply 2 fractions, this is our reaction. Multiply the numerators, then multiply the denominators. When we need to multiply 2 fractions, this is our reaction. Multiply the numerators, then multiply the denominators. To convert 2/4 to simplest form, write out all the factors of 2 and 4. The greatest common factor is 2, so divide them both by 2. 2/4 equals 1/2, and here's what we do.
To convert
To the simplest form, we gotta find the greatest common factor. Then take that numerator and denominator and divide them by that common factor. To convert 4/12 to simplest form, write out all the factors of 12 and 4. 4 divide by 4 fourths to C. 4 twelfths equals 1/3.
To convert
To the simplest form, we gotta find the greatest common factor. Then take that numerator and denominator and divide them by that common factor.
Check it out now. Simplest form and lowest terms are synonyms which you may have heard. Are two different phrases or words. Its definitions are uniform. Using a geometric model can help us learn what's happening when converting. Simplest form, a rectangle shows 5/15. The GCF is 5, which means no greater number can divide both 15 and 5. So divide both by 5, get 1/3. Its lowest terms. It's so boss being a nerd. To convert
To the simplest form, we gotta find the greatest common factor. Then take that numerator and denominator and divide them by that common factor.
common factor.
Four friends sat down at a pizzeria and shared one half of a pizza. One half divided by 4 is 1/8. That's the amount of the pizza each of them ate. Draw one whole pizza and then the fraction. Divide it by the whole number and find the quotient. Draw one whole pizza and then the fraction. Divide it by the whole number and find the quotient. Two friends were riding in the back of a car, shared a third of a candy bar. 1/3 divided by 2 is 1/6. They ate the 1/6 of the Twix. Draw one whole candy bar and then the fraction. Divide it by the whole number and find the quotient. Draw one whole candy bar and then the fraction. Divide it by the whole number and find the quotient.
I was running 8 miles away. I had already run 3/4 of the way to find how far I'd traveled from my front door. I did 8 times 3 and got 24. Then I divided by 4 and I got 6. 6 miles I'd run in my brand new kicks.
Multiplying whole numbers by fractions is awesome. Yeah, when there's a similar problem, we'll not have forgotten.
Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom.
I was riding to the video game shop. I had ridden 5, 6, or 12 city blocks. How far I'd gone is what I wanted to find. 12 times 5 is what I multiplied. I got 60 and then divided by 6. I had ridden 10 blocks and did a cool bike trick.
Multiplying whole numbers by fractions is awesome. Yeah, when there's a similar problem, we'll not have forgotten.
Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom.
A girl used repeated addition to see if she could use the strategy to solve a half times 3. She thought fast and then it came like a flash that a half plus a half plus a half is 3 halves. She converted 3 halves to 1.5. She had a crush that would last. It was a crush on math.
Multiplying whole numbers by fractions is awesome. Yeah, when there's a similar problem, we'll not have forgotten.
Multiply